This is phase 8, Tuesday's finisher. We're gonna have a 7-minute time cap. We're gonna go through 3 different rounds. First round, you're doing 3 exercises for 25 reps apiece. Second round is 20 reps, and third round is 15 reps, and you wanna finish in that 7 minutes.
All right, so first exercise we're gonna have is gonna be band thrusters. So have a red or black band for this. Have your feet in the band, shoulder width, hands underneath it. Then we wanna make sure you're getting all the way down the squat, pressing all the way up overhead, all the way down, all the way overhead. We want it to be quick fluid motion, so hold on and use that power all the way up. Modifications, if anyone has shoulder issues, they can just do a banded squat. And if they have squatting issues for this, they can do a banded shoulder press. So whatever their injury or whatever it may be, you can just take that part out, make a modification from there. So that's the first exercise. The second one is going to be burpees. So for this one, they can do full burpees, plank burpees, or incline burpees. So full burpees, down, all the way down, all the way back up. Make sure you're staying every time. Plank burpees, similar thing, the time for plank, back up, and then incline burpees. We can grab a medicine ball if we need to, or use a bench for that. All I do for those is onto it, back it up. Same thing as with the plank burpees, just onto an incline. So whether it's a medicine ball or a bench for those. So that is the second exercise. The third one is going to be squat jumps. So for these ones, we're getting all the way down in a squat, jumping up off the ground. Just want to make sure that they're getting all the way down and using that power to get a little off the ground. If they have trouble with jumping, we can do body weight squats. So that'll just be down and up. So a little bit easier, not quite much on the knees if they have issues with that or anything like that. And then last modification would be TRX squats. So if you have a TRX, feet all the way on, all the way out, then just going all the way down and back up with these. So again, 25 reps the first round of each of those. Second round is 20 reps each, and third round would be 15 reps each. Trying to get done in 7 minutes, and that is phase 8 Tuesday finisher.
This is phase 8 Tuesday's workout. We're going to have 5 different stations. We're going to have a strength straight sets today. We're going to do 4 rounds of 30 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest, and 1-minute transition between each round.
All right, so the first thing we're going to have is going to be landmine deadlifts. So we're going to have some bars set out here on different weights. With this, you want to make sure that they're challenging themselves and going kind of heavy, because with landmines they tend to go lighter, but it's a little bit easier. So try to challenge them for weight. For this, we want to make sure the bar is in line with their ankles right here. Then they're just going back with their hips. They're going to have the bar in their hands, standing all the way up, squeezing those glutes to the top, all the way down. Make sure we're touching the ground every time, and back up. All right. Like I said, try to encourage them to challenge from the weight. We do have little weight plates, so try to make sure that they're increasing it if they can every time for this one. So this is the first station. Second station is going to be over here. We're going to need dumbbells for this. So we're going to grab 2 dumbbells. This is a new kind of carry that we have. So it is a waiter and farmer carry. So what they're going to do, they're going to have a waiter and suitcase carry. They're going to have 1 weight up above them and 1 weight by their side for this one. And want to make sure they're engaging their core, so press that rib cage down and get that arm all the way up overhead. Right? So we don't want it bent at all the way overhead. And what they're going to do, they're going to walk down, rubber towards the wall over here. When they get to the wall, turn around, come back towards where they came from. Then with this one, they are switching each round. So next round, they're going to have 1 overhead, and the opposite one's going to be down. With this one, they can probably be able to go heavier on the arm that is down than the one that is overhead. So if they can do that, try to challenge them to do that. Don't let them go too light just because they can't lift it over their head. So they can use a heavier one, different weights for them, a heavier one on the arm that's down. All right, so that is the second station. There's 1 modification. If someone cannot go overhead, they can do it in the rack position. And that would be only if they have any shoulder issues. Otherwise, we want them going all the way overhead with this one. So this is the second station. Third station is going to be over here on the turf. What this is going to be hand release push-ups. So for this one, it's almost like a regular push-up. We're going to be in that push-up position, going all the way down, lifting up the hands, and back up. All right, so we want to make sure we're keeping that body in line. We don't want them going like this or anything. We don't want them falling. So all the way down with 1, lift the hands, press back up. Couple modifications. If they have trouble with that, they can do it band assisted. So we'll have a band. Make sure when we're teaching them to get into the band, we teach it right, because a lot of people are scared to use a band because they don't know how to get into it. So have the band, push it down around their hips, walk forward into it, all right? That's how we're going to get into it. We're going to walk down into a push-up position. Same thing, lowering ourselves down, lift up those hands, back up with it. We just want to make sure that we're not too close to the wall for these. And then when we get out of the band, we're going to press it down, bring it up over it. Make sure you teach people how to do that when you're demonstrating this. And the last modification is going to be from our knees, so if anyone has to, they can do it from their knees. With that, we want to make sure that they're in the right position, so start like this, then go to the knees, and same thing, down and back up. Alright, so that is this station over here, hand release pushers. The next station is going to be slider reverse lunges. So for this one, they're going to have one slider, and they're going to have a medicine ball to weight this. So I'm going to give it a hug. What they're doing is having that one slider under their toe of their one foot. They're sliding back in a reverse lunge, coming all the way down, and bringing it back up. All right, we want to make sure they're not leaning. We want to get that back leg down. We don't want them going like that with it. We don't want them keeping it extended. We want it bent all the way down, back up every time. This one they are switching legs each round, so one round they'll do one leg, next round they'll do the other for this. A couple modifications. If anyone has trouble with the slider, they can do reverse lunges. So a little bit easier, takes a little bit of instability out, so it makes it a little more stable for them. We still do want to weight those. And then if we have anyone with knee issues or anything like that that can't do that lunging motion, we can do a split squat, so that would just be stationary like this, rather than using a stepping motion. They can do that, or if they need to, they can grab a stability stick if they need to add some stability onto that as well. But we want to try to challenge people, if they can, to get using the slider. Alright, then the last station is going to be TRX chin-ups over here. So for this, what we're going to do, they're going to be seated underneath the TRX. We want them to make sure that their TRX is long enough so it's all the way extended, their arms are all the way long. Then a couple different versions of this. So the hardest version would be for the legs all the way out here, right? A little bit easier would be one leg in, and then easier would be both legs in. Then all they're doing, keeping their eyes straight ahead at the whiteboard there. They're just going up and all the way back down. We want to try to challenge people to get better at their chin-ups. So it is okay if they have to pause in between them. So they can do a couple chin-ups, then they need to pause and sit for a minute. That's fine. We want to try to make sure they're doing this version if they can, rather than the modification. It's okay if they get lower reps. We still want to try to get them to get better at chin-ups. So try to get them doing these TRX chin-ups. Then we do have a modification that people still can't do that if they have trouble with it. It's going to be straight arm band pull downs. So their arms straight out in front of them. They're pulling down to their hips and back up. With this, we just want to make sure they're not bending their arms or they're not letting the band control them. We want to keep it under control the whole time. All right, and that is going to be our Tuesday workout for phase 8.